utility, and they get Hat with the grenade gone. Now they've still got some smoke canisters. They've got no more as that one gets loose. But there's 30 seconds. Blaz pops the head off of Yoga, and, well, they're not going to waste any time. They have a 4 versus 2. They have the hatch. Is a bit of a back and forth, but they've actually rotated their way out in the chaos. There, Nuez has been able to isolate the players that went for the cross. They're inside the other side at this point, but they've sort of gone maybe a little bit too deep. The cover is there from Doki. Watching for an engagement that he can't quite get snap blocked shut. And now the fight of the way out of green, it just leaves. Blaz in the middle. It's a bit of an awkward gun to manipulate. Goes to the secondary. Is he going to find his second on it? No, and... I mean, obviously, they lost the hatch. There was the control there. Retaken.
But Nuez just surviving there by the inch of a bullet to come through as Laura shuts him down and Diaz finds Blaz.
40 seconds, a 3 versus 2, but a lot of damage done to pretty much everybody still standing. Yoga on the slow creep up blue stairs. They're well aware of it though, and Yoga actually just leaves. 20 seconds, he's not gonna risk. Oh no, he double steps! He gets the header 1, he gets the header 2! Alamau! All that's left here, worried about the fight behind him, but he's also got a fight in front of him, and one with a kid on the floor as well. He's just steadying his way through, but OXG are giving him nothing. And they will also get nothing. Gonna hold the plant, but it's an easy cleanup for Diaz.
It opens up an opportunity for G2 to start putting pressure on an other side of the map. And Uno's going to be using that. He's going to be using those talent shields to start working himself towards the side, slowly but steadily, and start to creep out some of those angles. As Yoga will find Elamau though, so that's a bit of pressure now suddenly gone. He finds himself below though, so that's a very crucial factor as one more drops on the side itself.
That's it. They're able to keep their self rolling, but 30 seconds and the rotate's coming back round to the top. Loira, the man who saved the round with the drive last time, is caught out by Diaz. Well aware, watching, and the pop over the mirror window isn't quite as effective as a well-timed C4. Leaving just Blaz, gets the first. The second swings on, and the hold in Janitors with the mirror windows just proves a bit too tricky to crack open. The frag grenade to try and roll this out, apart from maybe using the smokes with emotion. They use it here at the top and spray on the Deimos track, but the player survived. I assume there's some sort of structure. There is the Kiva barricade on the back. Now it will break, but the smoke downs the player. There's one, there's two, no! If it had just shot, but we get that benefit and they do not now. OXG trades out. Didn't know about Doki's position, now they do. And a 4 versus 2. Hat, hurt, either side the swing as Doki's to pick up. What's the connection with Diaz, who's just dropped towards the bottom, but even Alamau stepped in now, offering support to his teammate, tearing the head off of that approach. A 5 versus 3 onto open is actually a jump out, but traded by a Claymore. So technically doesn't really affect too much, but 2 versus 4. You have the Glaz, you have that first pick, but you've utilized all your smoke canisters. Although leaving just Alamau alone, he's also used all of his. It's a bit of a close down on his position and his space. He bought himself some time, but with a minute, can he buy himself the kills needed? Doesn't get the player going for the plant. At this point, he has to fight his way across 3. But they fight their way back into the lead, 5-4.
There's also a really tough gun to work with there. The SMG-11 in a 1v4 is not the gun you want to have to take those fights. In Oxygen, there's a worry about a potential under jump out. Loira is thinking, oh, he's forward, go for it in the meantime. Gets 1, gets 2, and basically shuts down this round.
4 versus 2, Loira, and well, he should get picked up and does. 30 seconds. Diaz and Nuez have to try and go for kills here because the kit is outside, far, far away, and they will not make it anywhere close in time. They know someone's about to head up. There's a C4 ripped and ready, I believe, to come over the top. It doesn't get the catch, but the player in the elevator will. At this point, Diaz is doing his best for a quad, but they do not have the kit. Alamau just has to survive and hide and get out of there, and they are trying desperately to find him, but he's chilling at his desk, getting his work done, and getting G2 around. Might separate us from map 2 or OT. Still checking, still testing, still teasing the idea of a push and a swing as we start to hear the Candelas and the Grimbies pop off. It's attention on towards the hatch. A bit of a burn, but they don't actually drop behind it this time. They don't want to get themselves caught on the back end of a smoke. There goes Gomez now, following through when he realizes he's not going to get swung. The pressure on the back of Vault Hatch might be followed here behind you. Well, it's one out by Hat. And now 10 seconds. They're caught in a crossfire. Newers has to try and fight their way across. Gomez gets Alamau, but the plant needs to come through. It's a 2 versus 3 versus 2 versus 1. Doki, all that's left, just has to survive, and he got Newers! Screamed his way through, across red, across the sides, and across G2 OXG. Yoga, do they know about Loira's adventure, though?
They're going to be able to hack the cams right now, and that means that all those Valkyrie cameras that have been placed by Alamau are going to be in control of the side of Oxygen as well. They're going to be aware of where these players are, and Loira will be shut down as a result of it. And there you have it. Suddenly that road just falls apart. There's 40 seconds left, though, and there's not a lot of control for the side of Oxygen on the side itself. Still a lot of work to do, but at least they have the man advantage.
That's it, and at this point, what are they going to opt for? Well, pressure on cargo stairs and the drop down the warehouse hatch seems to be the MO, and there's that hack camera, the reveal of the positions. They know exactly where the players are, and now they're going to fight against them. There it is. The impact round, the swing for 1. There's 2. It's the shooting gallery. Either side, the pressure can't quite come quick enough. And they did not have enough time and space. G2 built on the back of wasting time above. They might have shown some frustrations after round 1 and 2, but he is getting them out of his system on the third. 45 seconds. And they get themselves in for an execute.
Great opener from him, indeed, finding himself with those 2 kills. Unado strikes back before Yoga finds 1, and suddenly the kid is down cold now. 30 seconds. G2 just need to chill at this point. They know that the diffuser needs to be picked up, and Alamau will go down. It's only up to Uno now in that 1v2.
Well, he's deep, and they've been able to get themselves around the side. They're probably going to tuck plant close to the right-hand side. That's where Yoga has gone, so there's a single body of cover, and well, Uno's going to go on the rotate round towards cargo, try and stop the plant. He's a little bit too late, but he can't get Diaz either.
Round by round, let's go. Good fucking shit. Come on.
Diaz goes down at the same time. Now Diaz is on the ground. They pulled themselves away from the smoke, not confirmed, but as Gomez goes, they've got to quickly go and get Diaz back up. Keep the pressure on. Look at the health of G2.
It's not a lot. Blast finding himself on 1. Alamau, maybe 5. Doki, the only one that is considered to be a bit healthy here. Finding himself in a great corner, though. If they want to push in, they're all coming in from the IT direction here. They have a great opportunity to do so. Newer stuck in a goo mine's going to be hurt. He's rotating back out the building, going over towards the blue side stairs, hoping to put a bit of pressure on. They know Doki's in that corner. They're going for the challenge, not quite connecting. They need to go there. There's 10 seconds left, and as Diaz finds 1, Alamau trades, leaving it only up to Blast. He's about on 1 HP. He needs to find 2, but he won't. Newers is going to shut it down, and Oxygen to find their second round.
Let's go, that's it.
But now, can G2 turn this to a bit more of an advantage as a player, just sort of lurking and skulking around blue? It's Hat ready to pop up, and Alamau's ready to try and pop in behind them. That'll be the reveal of we're behind you. He'll hear the wall potentially open, and it's just going to opt to get out of there before it becomes an entire surround.
Alamau playing around on that Nuck is just going to try and sneak around, and G2 currently, they have opened up their breaches, they have the control that they need, they're just trying to find an extra opening to work with here, and Alamau is going to be key for that. He's going to play around on that Nuck, trying to find himself inserted into the backline, and if he finds a kill for him, but it's instead Doki that finds through! Definitely the opening is there for G2 now to keep pulling the trigger!
5 to 1 to 4, but still, when you have all of G2 charging at you.
Let's go, Doki!
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Side with the rest of G2.
They're in, they're going for the plant, and they're just like, oh, you have vertical? So do we. Newers and Hat do get 1 apiece, but a post-plant situation as Blaz takes that vertical right back, caught out. Hopping in, and now Hat on the wrong side of his own soft. Gets a freebie. Is he going to try and confirm it, though? I mean, Doki is just watching this from above. It's technically a 1 versus 1. Doki's not going to risk the pick back up at this point because, well, he knows he can't make it. The C4 Oh, it's bait, luring him in and missing him. 15 seconds, there's the spray and he gets it! And he might have been frustrated at the start of the round in the cams, but that sure put a smile on his face.
Oh my god, I'm in.
What a clutch! Time keeps on ticking down. I mean, there is no control. This is basically just a kill game that G2 has to play out for the rest of this round.
Trying to tiptoe their way around the danger and find one of these loose players. The pings are there and they get it encircled with a minute, but it is still a 3 versus 2 and there's still Yoga on the top floor. And they are just as aware the pressure on towards EXO. They move in on the hatch itself. Blaz suffers. Doki's found a fight elsewhere. It's 2-1 versus 1s. If Yoga makes the move, then suddenly they can tip that balance. But there is Blaz getting one, and there's that vertical. Blaz inside. They need to try and look at this fight here. There's Doki, can't make it to trade out OXG.
One more fucking round, let's go!
A huge amount of his own. It's going to come down to that first engagement, that first trade, that lockdown position. You can see Blaz trying to get that extra space here as they go for the drop on the hatch. They're going towards the default plant on the wall. There's another Goyo canister popped in this situation. They're trying to open up angles above. It's a bit of a spread hold here, and the plant's being secured. They're well aware of it. Are they going to try and get the cover? The C4 is good. 3 against 3, and they're just going to pick up immediately. And again, trust the cover. It's going to be a very important swing, but Yoga gets the plant at 9 seconds and a 2 versus 2. They have to scream their way in towards this engagement. Can they keep their player protected? No is the answer, but he can't find the last. As close as it could be.
Good shit! Good shit, let's go! Come on, good shit, DS!
G2 just cannot get the close downs on their attack. Slower and steadier. They're playing this with less of the surprise elements they had before. Alamau, as bold as an Ash can be, is that break on the shield position. They're in, they're blind, and there's Doki round the back. They're moving on for a second, and they get it. Yoga does find Doki before Alamau, but Gomez pops up and gets Alamau. They lose the shield, they lose Blaz. Oh, in fact, Uno, he's the one still going, and he's knocked down the Elamine. Loira, the big factor for G2. The man who's had so many clutch moments, so many multi-kills, he's gone. OXG